there's a pattern that a lot of women are kind of running without even realizing it, especially women who grew up in environments where they had to stay hyper vigilant, solving everything, constantly anticipating everybody's needs, basically. It's the instinct to jump in and fix everything for everybody. And this can also exist, of course, in same-sex relationships, not just female and male partnerships, where one partner perhaps has more of an inclination to fall into a people-pleasing role, basically. So a problem shows up basically in your partner's life, and before you can even take a breath, you're already in your head creating a whole plan, solving it for him, holding emotional space, being present, taking it all on as your own stuff, managing his process, carrying the weight of the whole thing as if you have to automatically solve it. It's all your responsibility. Somehow you are suddenly responsible for solving this problem that presented itself to the man that you're in a relationship with. So, and you are going to think, I am doing this out of love, I'm supportive, someone has to help him, has to handle this, this is my job, but it's actually not at all your job. That is not at all your job as the woman. You don't panic for him, you don't solve this for him, you are available, but you also have to, for your own sake, take some emotional distance, because what actually happens is that you end up taking everything out of his hands, energetically, emotionally, practically, and you start doing the masculine role in the relationship without realizing it. And he's going to feel this subconsciously, because underneath that impulse to fix it, there's also a subtle belief of, I don't trust that you're going to find a solution. You're not going to be able to do this. I have to do this. And it's because you're trying. The funny thing is that you're going to end up in this loop where you're trying to get him to do these things, to solve his problems, to step up, but you're actually stepping in front of him every time that the opportunity arises for him to tune into the problem-solving skills that he has innately. So you're basically trying to control a situation that is not yours to control, because somewhere in your nervous system, there's a younger version of you who learned, oh, if I don't handle everything, then everything will fall apart. And maybe you were a child and you were trying to do this because that was the safety thing that you created for yourself. So maybe you were in a chaotic situation when you were a child. Maybe you saw adults who made poor decisions, who couldn't be trusted, who weren't anchored into God and a trust and knowing that they have the ability to problem solve. So you became the one to basically solve everything and go into like hyper panic mode and solve everything for everyone. But as women, especially when we are on a consciousness journey, aligning with Mother, Father, God, we have to basically learn. Part of our healing is to step back, breathe, trust, and trust the person that you are with. Trust their process, trust that they are in communication with God, trust that God has a plan for them, that you don't have to take on the job of knowing everything, fixing everything. Trust the divine orchestration, because you don't need to be micromanaging these things, basically. When you are in a rush immediately to fix the problem, save it, you are robbing the person that you are with of their initiation and his strength building. I know I keep saying him, them, all mixed up. Take what resonates for you and whatever relationship you are in. But basically, next time that you feel this urge to immediately fix everything, take a step back, just in unconditional love. Know that he can hold the discomfort and that is going to bring him to the solution. Let him connect in with God. You don't have to orchestrate any of this. So that is basically how you are going to then be able to retain a calm central nervous system, so that when he does want to talk to you, once he's found a solution, you are there, you are calm, you're feeling good, because you have trust. Anyway, and if he starts blaming you for not being there and not listening or not being the sponge that needs to absorb all the stuff, not solving all the problems, then that is your sign that this is not a man who is in connection with God, and that he actually wants a mommy and not a wife or a long-term partner. And I talk about these dynamics a lot on my podcast, The Alchemy of Love. And we have a few really good episodes coming up in the next couple of weeks. There's one with Ryan where I talk about our 1 year together and all the stuff that we have realized. There's one with Ryan and his friend Joshua where we explore what men truly wish women understood in a spiritual partnership, and how to build a connection with God in the middle, God at the center of your union. So go find all that information on my website or in the description. Go listen to this. And if you want support untangling these patterns personally, I've done a lot of this work on my own, and I would love to give you my advice. Look at the stuff that you're in and help you with this in a session or a longer mentorship. Read more in the description.